Hello,
We
everybody.
live.
Hi, y'all.
Hey, everybody.
We are here with our final exit interview for the I Love Money 13. We're here with the one and the only, okay,
Absolutely.
Miss Millie herself.
Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Millicent. How y'all doing?
Hi, Millie.
Hey, girl.
Yo, last night was a rough one.
Last night was rough, and if I don't see another ping pong ball, solo cup, or a canned drink, it'll be okay with me. It will be fine. Definitely not a solo cup. I have them all in my house, and I think I'm gonna throw them away and just buy new color. I cannot with a real solo cup. For real.
Not the permanent trauma. Trauma.
Yes, yes, literally permanent trauma. And then my thumbnail is horrible. It's horrible. I'm on there with a red solo cup in my mouth on YouTube. Girl, that is crazy.
You got to bring that up with Dylan. See if he can change it.
I'm gonna have to. I gotta talk to Dylan about that.
I don't know nothing about no YouTubes, girl. I don't know. So, Millie, how now that you're free from the game,
Right.
how are you feeling?
I feel great, Keisha. The game was the game. I enjoy playing the game. I was really, like everybody else said, when Chantel had messaged me, I was like, let me go check and see what this is. I don't know what this is. And then when I saw it, and I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. It helped my resume, something else to put out there for me because being an influencer, you want to get out there as much as possible. And so many people messaged me and said, I had never heard about this. Thank you for talking about it. I love money. So I hope I'm happy to do that for you all. So
Oh, well,
yeah,
send us some friends.
yeah, absolutely. You got a lot of friends. You got a lot because people have messaged me. I said, just watch the game. I had to give them dates, time, just be patient. We'll be on. So it was good. It was really a good experience. I loved it.
So you enjoyed yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I
Okay.
did.
Um, so let's talk about, did you watch the jury roundtable?
I did. I
All
did.
right. So how do
Let's
you
talk about it.
feel about everyone saying that you didn't have a game?
Oh, I feel like everybody that said that was no one I was aligned with, right? And even like some people that did say that I did talk to, I get it. Maybe a little bitterness, but like with Harris saying that she didn't have a game, Millie doesn't have any win equity. Well, he was voted out, so he has no win equity either. So I mean, you should watch what you say. But um, I made some moves behind the scenes, a few, but it's a game, Keisha. It was fun to play, so that kind of stuff doesn't rattle me, especially people that like one person in particular is very important to me. So, and I loved everybody on the show. It was great to get to know these people. So it was a game. I'm good.
Okay. So tell us some of the moves that you made behind the scenes that they don't know about.
um, the one that I'm most proud of is Ryan and I working together. It was Thanksgiving. We had a conversation, and I think that's when Justin had left and Connor and Latia had already gone, right? And I was telling Jenna and Terrell that he really doesn't have anywhere to go. So I messaged him and I talked to him about top six, and he was like, I couldn't even see top six. And the fact that you're talking to me, that's cool. So we talked about it, and I was like, I'll talk to Jenna and Terrell, and we'll get Harris out, or we get Maddie out, or whoever comes first. And if you no, how was it? It was who was it in top six? It was me, Harris, Maddie, Terrell, Jenna, and Ryan. So we were saying no, that's not what it was. It was I was telling him I said we can make it to top six if we get these two people out. I said who do you want? So everybody was after Sador. And shout out to Sador for having my back last night. I appreciate you, girl. But everybody wanted Sador out, right? So I said, okay, that's who you want out. We can work on this. And I said, we want Justin out. And so it just happened to work out like that. You know, like that was one thing y'all kept asking. Well, what are you gonna do? What are you looking forward to? Like you can't do anything until you get in the game. I could say I had wanted 3 people out, and we'll have a double eviction, and everybody I wanted out is paymaster. So you know you like pivoting at this point. So I never approached the game like I talk to people, of course, but I never approached the game like this is what's going to happen because you just never knew what was going to happen. But he didn't see that. Ryan didn't see that. And when I laid my plan out to him and I talked to him the next day and it worked out and I messaged him, I said, we did it. Next. What's next? What are we doing next? And it just went from there.
Okay. So that is the one move that no one realized that you made was making that connection with Ryan.
Well, also with Harris. Yeah, I made a small connection with Ryan. You know, Terrell was my number one. He knew about what I was doing. I told him like every move that I was going to make. And when Ryan brought me in as the last person to talk with me, him, Jenna, and Maddie, I was like, you have to get Maddie out. Like, I know you want to get me and Jenna or whatever, but you have to get Maddie out. Because if her showman feels like he's running the game, he feels like he's running the jury. She's got to go. He was like, that makes sense. So that's what happened. So there was some game moves I made. You know, I was busy too, so I was doing some stuff.
So with those moves that Ryan made, do you think that he made the best decision by getting rid of those people and keeping you and Jenna?
Um, I think he made the best decision for his game. Like after you listen to the exit interviews and things like that, you realize he did make a great decision by getting rid of Harris. Like even if we hadn't said anything, that would have been a great decision for him to do because Harris did have a lot of people. And after listening to everybody, it seems like they really weren't here for Ryan.
So after watching the the jury roundtable,
Mhm.
um, do you feel like you're gonna vote game, or are you gonna vote who you like or who you don't feel betrayed by?
I felt betrayed by everybody, so that's off the table. Okay, that's off the table. So that is not even a question. But I already know who I'm going to vote for. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter at all. I already have my vote. Um,
Are you voting off of personal relationship or are you voting off of game?
I'm voting off of game, and I'm voting off of game and moves. I think just how they move, you know, differently. So yeah, yeah,
So no matter what they say, you're not changing your mind. You already know what you're doing.
yeah.
Okay, Millie.
Hmm.
Okay, Millie said, I don't care. It's written down right here.
Yeah.
Okay. All
She
right.
said, how did I find out they had a showman? I was listening to Harris's exit, and when he said, I don't know why my number 2 was always about Jenna, she said, and I was like, I knew it. I know who he was talking about. And I went to Maddie. I said, Maddie, your showman is mad at you for voting him out. Just like showman. I said, girl, yeah, just stop it. It's okay. It
He,
happened.
he didn't hide it very well. Let's just say that.
No, he didn't. He was devastated. Bless his heart. Bless his
Um,
little heart.
when it comes to the final comp, what was the hardest part of the gauntlet for you?
Girl, them damn cubs. What you talking about? Did you not see that? That was horrible. I am getting rid of
I
I,
was watching Jenna, so honestly,
girl,
I don't even know.
I detest all red solo cups. They should go out of brand. They should never make another one. I think I'm gonna email solo and let them know, send them a piece of my gauntlet challenge and let them know no. Never. Don't make another red solo cup ever in life. Stupid. So dumb. Girl, that was horrible. It was horrible. But I wasn't going to give up. I did it once. I wasn't going to give up. So, and at that point, I was like, okay, I feel like, I was like waiting to hear, okay, Millicent. But I was like, I hadn't heard it again, so I'm going to keep going.
Okay. Okay. Um, did you think that you had the ability to win, or were you defeated at any point during the gauntlet?
I felt like I could have won. If I had got those cups situated, all I had to do was the word puzzle, and like you just have people's names down. Because I tried that, and then I said, well, you know what? I can do this last. Let me get these cups straightened out, and then I can come back to this. So yeah, I thought I could win.
Okay. So let's pivot over to the jury roundtable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, what were your thoughts when they brought up the scandal?
Scandal.
The scandal.
This is the last time I'm gonna address the scandal.
Okay.
Okay, this is it.
Yes.
So, jury, if you want to hear anything about it, I suggest you watch this live. Um, it happened so fast, right? It happened so fast. I was holding it, I dropped it, I picked it up, and I kept going, and I was like, oh wait a minute, I shouldn't do that. And I never, like I heard him say, well, Morgan was like, if I had known I could cheat, I would have cheated, and this, and this. And I'm not a cheater. I never cheated in the game. I made a mistake. You all had reprimanded me, and it was over. Now I realized that, oh, I made a big mistake. Not dropping the ball. Dropping the ball was the least of the mistakes. The fact that they had something to say had something against me. So they had a reason to vote me out or whatever. But it didn't happen, and I'm done. Next.
That's it. Oh,
That's it.
period. It's over.
Period.
It's done. Okay. So let's move on to Terrell.
Okay.
What was your relationship with Terrell?
I love Terrell. I love my relationship started with Terrell when I saw his like meet me video. I thought it was so hilarious, and when I heard his voice, I just love Terrell. I love his spirit, and I didn't even know I would work with him. I had no idea. But after Circle Night, I realized that like I had no one in the game, right? I realized I had no one, and I guess Dylan was right. Like I do have a very big personality, right? I'm a influencer, so my personality is gargantuan. So I realized that, um, Connor, if you need to know what that means, just get a dictionary. I may be using some words tonight. It'll help you out. But the thing is, I came in there just really being myself. And I mean, everything, every day it was me. All that, however I was, is how you get me on any day. So, because if you remember when we started and Dylan said we need adjectives to describe the other house, well, immediately, like I'm an educator. So immediately I just get my folder and he said adjectives. So I was like, let's get some adjectives. So I was like, ooh, you may not should have done that. And then, so after Circle Night, we had talked on the phone, me, Latea, Rachel, Connor, Terrell, maybe somebody else. And we were like, I can't remember what we had planned. I don't remember the plan, but it was like, okay, everything was cool. So I don't know if it was me, you all asked for the vote, but I know it was Morgan, me, and Terrell were the first three that voted, I think. And after Terrell, it just Millie, 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 Millie. I think my name was said about 700 times this season. About 700.
I didn't count, but probably close.
It's about 700. So um, I was like, what the hell? Like, what is really going on? And then I realized he didn't do it and Morgan didn't do it. And I immediately hated the fact that I had voted for Morgan because that's what it was. We were voting for Morgan that night. That was the plan. So we felt horrible voting for Morgan. We felt horrible voting for her. And so that's just how it was. And after that, I think we just started messaging or whatever. No, after that night, he was like, Millie, I didn't know the plan. I promise. Like, why? Because I think we all talked. He was like, why didn't y'all let me know what was going on in this, that, and the third? And so after that, that's where it just was Terrell and Millie the whole time. And I rode with Terrell up until the very end, right? And I know how he feels. I've heard what he had to say. It's hurtful. Like, I think that's the only time I got emotional. Last night was the only time I got emotional. I heard that. But I I wanted to take Terrell with me to the end. Like, I know they kept saying it's a girls, girls have always won. But Terrell was my number one. He had never voted for me. My plan was to get everybody out who put a vote on me that night. And basically everybody left that did. So I have gained equity, Harris. So it's crazy, but I feel like I told Terrell every step because I heard them say something like he said something like Millie slipped up and said something she was talking to Jenna. It was never a slip up, and y'all can go back and see it, listen to it. I told him because he was like, I told him what Jenna was talking about, and he said, "Well, I'm not in that chat." I said, "No, Jenna and I are in the chat. I'm telling you what we were talking about." And I was throwing out some hints to him. I was like, "This is what's going on. They're talking about keeping Ryan and Harris." And he was like, "What?" And I said it. I said, "They talking about voting you out, Terrell. You know, like what are you talking about?" But I never ever, even when Jenna had come to me about the All Girls Alliance, I never would even think of writing Terrell's name down. I never would have. I never would have done that. Never. And I know he was upset because when we were talking to Ryan, he felt like I wasn't talking up for him. But I told Terrell, like I told Jenna and Maddie, when she was talking about she couldn't vote Ryan or Harris, I was like, she asked me, what did I think? I said, I think it's a game, and I think you need to win. That's what I think. And I told Terrell that too. I said, it's going to come a moment when we got to fight for each other. And that's exactly what they did. And me too. So I could, even if it was me and Terrell, I couldn't take him and sit together like tomorrow night and we both win the game. It's going to come a moment when you have to fight for yourself. And it was that moment. And after that, and honestly, Terrell kind of betrayed me before because because that night I called him like 15 minutes before we got on, and I was saying, okay, Maddie made a girls chat. We've been talking about it. They want all girls and this, that, and the third. I was telling him that in confidence so he would know what the plan was and how to get his mind in the game because he seemed to be out of the, like his conversation was like spacey. And I'm like, Terrell, I'm like, let's get it. And I didn't mean for him, I told him in confidence. I didn't tell him, but I guess at that point he was fighting for his life, so he was just throwing everything out. But I didn't I've told Terrell every move that's ever been made. I told him everything. So he knew everything. Everything I knew, he knew.
So at that moment when he was like fighting for his life, do you think if you would have spoke up about the Girl Alliance that you could have like made a difference to like the two of you turn everything on Maddie?
Well, I did speak up about the Girl Alliance. I told him, yes, we have a chat. And Ryan asked me, had we talked about voting him out? And I was like, no, we hadn't talked about voting you out. And I don't think we had, but I think I was just lying, maybe. But I did say, yes, I admitted that there was a Girl Alliance. Now, what I didn't do was go on and say, yeah, Maddie made a Girl Alliance and she did that and blah, blah, blah. And because even when he said it, I don't know if you saw my face, I was like, what? Like, why are you saying that? But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I could have said, yes, Maddie, you made a Girl Alliance because you wanted to get all the boys out. Maybe that's what I could have said. But I didn't say that.
Do you think if you would have pushed harder and tried to throw Maddie under the bus and kind of, I know, listen, I get it. When you're in that moment and it's Final Four,
It's hard.
it's
It's a
every man
dirty,
for themselves at
yeah,
that
it's a
point.
dirty game. At
But
that point.
do you feel like if you would have fought harder with Terrell, you guys could have maybe tag teamed on Maddie and got him to maybe turn on her instead?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see how that goes. But like I said, at that point, I had talked to Terrell and I told him it's going to come a time when we have to fight for ourselves. And he fought for himself. And I was in there fighting for myself because I didn't want him to throw me out. But yes, I could see how I could have inserted that. But I didn't do that. And I'm sorry, Terrell, but I didn't do it. And I can't go back and redo it. If I could, I would.
Look, hindsight is 2020. We can't
Yeah.
do much about it. Um, so at this point in time, you are about to enter the jury house.
Okay.
Are you going to try to get them to understand where your vote lies, or are you
No,
just kind of going to do what you want to do and they're going to do what they're going to do?
that's the latter. That is the latter. The game is over. It's over now. I don't feel the need to go in there and make a case for Ryan or Jenna. I think they both played a great game. I think Jenna definitely played the middle. She did good. She was friends with everybody. I think Ryan really caught his stride later on in the game after Latea and Connor left. So I think they both did great. So it may come down to a number for me. If I don't go the way I want to, it might be a number. Who's ever close?
Um, when you heard the jury say that you had no game, were you shocked by that?
No, I wasn't shocked by that because of who was saying it, because I never talked game with them. So no. I mean, it's the truth, Keisha. I mean, it's the truth. It is the honest to God truth. What do you want me to say? I'm not confrontational. I don't need to be. So no, I'm not worried about the jury. They're jury. They all got voted out. They're jury. So I'm not worried about the jury.
Do you have any
Like
regrets?
the jury is going to vote who they want to vote for. Like Connor goes back and forth who he wants to vote for. I'm not doing that. And and it's who they want to win. So it's like it's a vote. It's your vote. I'm not going to try to sway them.
Do you have any regrets from this season?
Um, I do regret voting for Morgan that circle night. If I hate I voted for her. I really do. But that's what the group was talking about. That's what we decided to do until it was me. But I really hate I voted for her. Other than that, I mean, the whole situation with Terrell, I really, really, really hate that happened because um, I just really hate that happened. He was my number one, so yeah, that's it.
So in the game, would you play again?
I would if it's in the summer. To be honest, if it's in the summer, I would. I played this game over 4 states. I have a bag right here. I carried a little brown bag with supplies everywhere I went. Girl, I'm throwing these ping pong balls away tonight. Also, thank God they're leaving.
Would you do anything different if you played again?
I'm sure I would. I'm sure I would. I would have to just like I said, you just gotta get in there and see. Girl, Sharonka talking about don't just in case you play again. It's got names on it, Sharonka. It's got everybody's names who voted out. I don't think I want that. That's a little icky karma. I don't want that.
We don't want to carry around old
I don't want
baggage.
that juju on me at all. So
No
it
old
wasn't that.
baggage. No old
Yeah.
baggage. So I kind of asked this question already, but since you didn't get to be at the jury roundtable, what are you basing your vote off?
Um, I'm just basing my vote off the best player to me, who I think is the best player.
Okay. So what do you think of the final two?
I think they have played a great game. I went back through everything. I talked with Jenna. Like Jenna, like everybody says, Jenna is definitely someone who she was talking to everybody. She did. She made you feel good. So Jenna played a great game. And like I said, I think Ryan got his stride like after he and I talked about that final six. And I think after Connor and Latel left, I think he just kind of got in the game because he realized he got to do it.
Okay. Um, in the earlier game, why do you think your alliance turned on you so fast?
Somebody said seven.
Yes.
No, I think Rachel. Somebody said, "Do you think Rachel?" I think Rachel saying that she thought I was the anonymous person and all that went around, and I felt like they thought it was just an easy vote, right? So if she's feeling like it and she's kind of talking to a lot of people, so yeah, they that's how that happened. But do I believe Rachel when she told? I don't believe anything anybody told me. So no, nothing.
Do you think that them turning on you so quick was a good thing or a bad thing for your game?
It was definitely humbling. Like Connor was saying, Millie just sits there and just looks. Like you got 12 votes on you, you think a little different. You know, you look at the group, like I literally thought I was getting voted in every night. Every night I thought I was getting voted in. So that's how I came to the game. I just felt like I said, well, they did it once. Why wouldn't they do it again? So I gotta win this. I gotta get immunity for this. I gotta align myself right here. So I had to do that.
So since they turned on you so early, why didn't you play more cutthroat?
Like I said, it was just really humbling, and I was just trying to get my bearings, I think. And then it was like, once that happens, you don't want to just go out there and just be loud and abrasive, right? Because if you go out there and do that, then you could put a target on your back. You know what I mean? So I was so like trying to just work with whomever I could work with and just and win. That's where my focus was. And then I said, as I go, if I stay here, then I will pick it up. But that 12, girl, that shook me. So I had to just kind of, I was devastated.
So
Really.
okay, so since you were in that situation where you felt like you have no one, why do you think you kept making it round by round? Every time you went into the bottom, you didn't get your check voided. How were you able to maneuver that?
When I went in there, I mean, just talking to people, and like I know one time I was in there with Ryan, and I promised him some things. I made good on a couple, you know, and then like Terrell had won, so I knew I was good. And then there were times like my group had won, so I knew I was good. So those were things that were going on. But when it was time to like where I get paymaster, because I know it was something happened, it was double eviction, and I was in there with Edgar talking, and he was like, "I'm going to do this." I said, "Edgar, don't go out there and say anything because it's going to be a double eviction tonight. Just chill out, you know." So I think after it was over, we got in a whole group. Like it was, oh my God. It was the group that Terrell was talking about that we changed the name to them against us or something Edgar had made it in or whatever. And so we just really talked in that group. But no, I didn't feel like I was antisocial because I talked to everybody. Like I would go and talk to people in chats and things like that. Now I didn't just like I had talked to Harris, I talked to Maddie before, but nothing really came of that. So I just didn't want to waste my energy because I felt like if I keep talking to them, you know, maybe they would take me along, but I would be dispensable for them. So I didn't want that to be the situation. But I don't think I was antisocial.
Do you feel like you had trust issues throughout the game?
After circle night, yeah, absolutely. I literally thought that was one big chat, vote Millie out chat.
Oh,
Yeah. But of course you have trust issues. Of course. But I had to just keep in my head that this is a game. I cannot get caught up like that. And let me just play as hard as I can play. And let me just give me the words I need to say to get where I need to go. So that's just how I play the game.
Okay. Um, so I have a question for you, Millie.
Okay.
Girl, when you would talk to people, why were you so straightforward? Like, who are you working with?
Because I don't have time, Keisha. I
Do
don't.
you think that that was maybe not the way to go? Do you think that was kind of maybe turn people off a little bit because it was too blunt and too abrasive?
I didn't think it was so abrasive. I thought I would say, "Good morning, good afternoon. I'm just calling, like, who y'all working with? Like, what you want to do? What you doing? What you thinking?" I felt like that's how it was coming across, but it was a text, so I don't know. But I mean, I have time, girl. I just need to know so I can know what to do, where I need to be, and let's go.
But now looking back on it, would you have approached those individuals maybe a little bit different? Or would you still hit them with the, so what's going on? Who are you with? What are you doing?
It's kind of odd. Yes, I would definitely approach it different, but it would. But then again, like you meet a person and you see how their disposition is. You can kind of fluctuate. So, but yes, I would do it different.
Girl, I'd be on some of those calls. I'd be like, Millie, oh God, oh God, girl. Yes, I think you kind of shook at them a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure because it was like I would be sitting there like I was working, right? So I had to you. The game is over. You can't get off. You can't hang up from the game. You gotta go to the chat. You gotta talk after the game. And they'd be like, "Oh, this person, I really like this person." I'm so, girl, who are you voting out? They know you already know. You done been in there talking. You done told me, what are you talking about? Let's go. I got stuff to do. Like, we gotta go. That drove me crazy in the game. That would drive me crazy. Oh my God, I really like you, and this is only because you voted for me. Vote them out.
Okay, so as a recapper of like Big Brother and whatnot, do you feel like you see the game different than everyone else does? And
Oh
were
yeah.
you able to like use that as any type of strategy for you?
Honestly, I had never heard of this game, right? So when I went and researched it and all that, I was like, oh, this is really cool. But I looked at some of them and I was like, because I was trying to understand what was really going on. So I just said, I'm just going to go in the game. I do not want to be the first one voted out. That was my first goal, period. That's it. That's the first goal I had. And I said, and after we got a couple of shows behind us, I was like, you can't make a decision about what's going to happen. So I'm just gonna go in here like it's a new game every week. And that's what I did because you never knew. You talk to the people. You can say I want this person out, but they win paymaster and they get your people out. So game is over. Let's go to the next day. Let's get back in this chat. Let's see what's going on. What went wrong?
That's the beauty of I Love Money.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. You can
You
make
never
all the
know.
plans in the world and they aren't going to work out.
Yep.
Um, is there anybody that you regret or that you wish you would have like worked with that you didn't get to work with?
I really wish I could have worked with Maddie and Rachel. My top three is me, Terrell, and Rachel. That's my top three. I really wish she could have stayed in the game a little longer. I really like Rachel. I thought that, yeah, they said she was intelligent and all that, but I thought she was a really smart player, you know. But that was my three. I don't know what it was, but yeah, definitely Rachel, maybe Maddie. I wish I worked with Morgan more. I really do. I didn't talk to her. I think I talked to her once or twice. But I really wish I had worked with her more.
What were your thoughts on the battle back and Sador coming back when she wasn't even there?
Fedor, I'm just gonna be honest, honey. I love you to death, and you did that by coming back. But that was crazy. I thought that I never in a million years would have thought Sador would have come back not being there. But when she came back, I was like, okay, let me go on and grab Sador because she has pulled off a miracle. But she wasn't there, and I called her and I said, because I was telling Terrell, I was like, we're gonna get Sador outside, but I'm gonna have to talk to her, not a text. She's gonna have to see my face, and I'm gonna have to see her face. So I called her. I said, look, you're gonna have to be here. You're gonna have to be here for this game. You're gonna have to be, yeah, she was like, yeah, girl, I'll be here, this, and this. I said, okay. And she made good on it. She was there. She was there. The door was hilarious in this game.
Chantel has a question. She says, why did you want to work with Harris when he wouldn't give you anything?
I didn't want to work with Harris. I didn't. I was just checking the temperature. I never wanted to work with Harris. And then by the time I did message Harris, it was too late in the game. Because, like, he said something about the reason he said my name was because I had messaged him that day and I was very vague. I don't know what happened, but I realized that he was the fifth vote in that four. I was like, I'm not fooling with Harris. I'm not fooling with him. I knew, I was like, Harris is the fifth vote. I told her, I said, he is on that side.
What did you think about when Maddie said that she had Harris as her little basically mole, but then she also had Jenna
As her fairy godmother?
Yes.
Well, I
Were
knew
you
that.
shocked by that, by
Yeah.
the fact that she was so connected to those two?
Um, I wasn't shocked by her and Harris because anything could happen. And I definitely wasn't shocked by her and Jenna because Jenna was riding for Maddie real hard. Like she was like, I told her, Jenna, you gotta get Maddie out. You gotta get Maddie out if you're gonna win. I know, but I love Maddie. I was like, I know it's a game. So take her on with you. Just take her on. I said, but no, it didn't shock me because I realized that like she would just hold on to Maddie as long as she could. So no, I knew that very early on. I think I told Terrell that too.
What were your feelings when Jenna wanted to quit? Were you thinking like, what were you thinking at that time?
First of all, when she said it, I was like, where is this coming from? And then when I talked to her, when I talked to her, she was like, I just don't like how they're doing this and that. I said, well, Jenna, it's a game. I said, I mean, if you quit, you quit, but you quit the game. I said, you can win the game. But why would you quit? Like, you don't have to talk to people and you don't even know who said it. So I get it, but I didn't think she would quit, though. I never thought she would. She didn't come off to me as that type of person. I felt like she was just using a tactic to get people to, that's what, it was, I didn't think she would quit. I really did.
Did you believe Rachel when she told you that she only said your name during circle because she knew it was circle night and that you would be safe?
No, no, I don't believe anybody. No one. I believe she told me what she needed to tell me just so we could be good if she went longer in the game. But no. I was like, girl, yeah, I believe you. Yeah, of course. I get it. I was like, I never watched it. I said, I never watched this game, so I get it now. No, Keisha, no.
Listen, I just gotta ask. Joey asked the question, so I was just
No, Joey. I did not believe her at all.
um is there any relationship? Obviously, you and Terrell were tight.
Mhm.
And, there's a little rift right now, but once you're able to talk to him, um, you guys can work that out. Is
Right.
there any relationship that you wish you would have nurtured a little bit more?
Just Morgan. Uh, Fedora's cool. And I think like Jordan and I never talk. So, you know, Justin seems like he's on his, I don't know, you just want to check in on him, see if he's good. But I like everyone. So we follow each other on social media. So now we can message each other later. So we'll see. I would love to have Terrell on my platform though, so I can have a conversation with him. I would love to have that. Yeah,
Once it's all over, you guys are free to do what you'd like.
I know.
Um, so all season long, there were decisions made, but except for one, and you were the only one, the only paymaster that had to pick all three nominees. How did you feel about that when you came back from your diary room session to be told there was no decision made and you had to pick? And on top of that, there was a bunch of people you couldn't even choose from. How did you feel?
What? I don't think I didn't do that. I didn't do
Wasn't that
that
you?
because no, that was not me because I almost had to pick. That's when Edgar left. I almost had to pick.
I
I
thought
didn't
you
get.
got to pick.
I didn't get to pick. I was going to because they said just let Millie pick,
Right.
but because Edgar,
You did
Terrell,
pick because they said let Millie pick, and that was when Terrell was in the box, was able to go in the box. Justin was able to because they did not vote, so
yeah,
you
because
did
they
have
didn't
to pick
vote. Yeah,
because you
yeah.
did
So
have.
yeah, I had to pick. Yeah, I had to pick out of them, but I didn't have to pick who I was going to bring in because I never would have picked. I never would have picked Terrell out of the group.
But how did you feel on that fact that you did have to
I
choose?
was devastated, and I think I first of all, I'm pissed that this is the outcome, and I had to choose. I was so angry because I was like, because I even told Terrell, I was like, why didn't you just go for it? Because you knew you weren't going anywhere. No, you could have been the loudmouth of the South. That's crazy. I was so disappointed in him at that moment. I was like, what are you doing? He was like, I don't know. I wasn't thinking. Clearly. So mad at Terrell that moment. I was like, oh my God. I said, I don't even. I said, how did y'all three get down here? This is crazy.
That's the one thing in this game. You always have to say two names.
Yeah.
If not, yeah. So, Millie,
Yeah.
is there anything that you want to say to the cast, to the audience that you haven't said yet?
I would like to thank the audience for watching. I appreciate that. And to the cast, like I really enjoyed knowing you all, playing with you all, and watching how you all work and stuff. I enjoyed the connections that I've made in this house. So I don't have anything bad to say at all. So it's been wonderful. In production, I love y'all so much. Y'all are hilarious. Y'all are really the game. That's what needs to be playing. All y'all need to get in here and play the game because it's hilarious.
We've all played at one point.
No, but I mean, all y'all need to play together. It is great. Y'all are so funny. Chantel, ooh, okay, okay. Chantel,
Interesting.
interesting. Yes, I
The
love
queen
y'all.
of interesting.
I
Okay.
love y'all.
Yes, that is Chantel. All right, Millie. So, you know, the game might be over, but you're not done.
Right.
You get to make a pivotal vote on
Mm-hmm.
who wins this season.
Yep.
So I know you said you already know who you're voting for. And, I just say keep an open mind
Mm-hmm.
and decide on what you want to represent your season. You guys played an amazing game. It was a pleasure to watch you play, to get to meet you, and to see your personality blossom. It was so much fun. Um, and we look forward to seeing you on finale night
Yeah.
and the reunion. Girl, the reunion is about to be spicy. Okay.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Get your tea, get your cocktail, be ready.
I'll be ready.
Be
I
ready.
will be ready, honey. Don't
So
even
this
worry.
now is your time to plug yourself. Where can people find you? Where can they see you? How can they support you?
You can see me in January 15th, 2024. I'll be in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I will be a guest speaker for Choose to Change for Women Empowerment Conference. I am an author of two books now. I can work on my third because y'all are out of my head. So I'll be working on my third book. You can get those. Millicent R. Baker, Rose in the Wind, and Rose with No Thorns, Barnes and Noble, Walmart.com, and Amazon. I am Millicent TV on YouTube. I am at Millicent08 on TikTok. Millicent on Instagram, Millicent on Twitter. I think that's it. I'm pretty connected. I'm a big deal.
The most plugs ever.
Ever. I am her. Get into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Millie, like I said, we absolutely adore you.
Yeah. I love y'all. It has been so great. It has been so good. I've so enjoyed this game. I enjoyed this game so much.
Well, we are happy to have you. And we want to thank the audience for watching, for tuning in for all of the extra interviews. And we will see you next season.
In the summer. In the
In
summer. It has to be a summer season. Do not call me in the fall and spring. In the summer, I'm your girl. I can be situated. I have all my new ping pong balls. I'm gonna order some. They're gonna be pink. I'm so excited, but I'm about to throw these damn ping pong balls in the trash. They got to go.
practice some stuff while you're on off season.
This has been great, though. Thank you all so much. I appreciate everything. It's been wonderful.
We love you. All right, audience. We appreciate you guys watching and checking in with us. And for now, we're going to say goodnight. But don't forget to tune in on Thursday. What's today?
Tuesday and Thursday.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow and Thursday. Tomorrow is finale night. Make sure you're there, ready to go. And then Thursday, it's on and popping. Please don't miss that. Trust me, you do not want to miss Thursday night.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll see you guys all later. Good night.
Yeah.